morning. We got our first load of asphalt millings backing in the start of the driveway. So he's gonna drive up and spread it as he goes. And I'm gonna smooth it the rest of the way with the Bobcat. We got 2 trucks running right now. This is the first one, the other one's sitting up at the top of the driveway. We're gonna see how this goes. There we go. Pretty thick. What's up, bud? So we've got 2 loads in. I'll walk down here and show you. One's a little thinner. There's 2 guys doing it. So I'm gonna tell him, the second guy, to do it as thick as the first truck, because it's a little thinner in places down here. So I'm gonna get him to spread a little more once we get down there. But had to cut all this out. I know the camera's not focusing. There you go. Cut this down because we have to leave all this over here for the power company. So having to move the driveway over slightly. But anyway, this is the beginning of it, where the second load went. As you see, it's a little thinner. What's good about it though is it's he drove over this twice with a tandem axle dump truck, and it's packing, but it's not like sinking as bad as I thought. The only reason it looks slightly wet right there on the, like muddy on the tracks, is from the mud he drove in on this load and went up and turned around at the house site. But as you see, this is a little thinner than the first load was. So I may get him to bump this up a little bit where it's a little thicker through here, especially in this wet area. But I think it looks great. I mean, you can see, if the camera focus, it's really, it's driving over it with a tandem axle dump truck. It's really not smushing in as bad as I even thought. You can see there's spots like this that are thin. He's spreading it as he's going, and I'm just kind of touching it up, but there's not enough really here to spread out anymore. So I'm going to get him to dump a little more here. But yeah, the first load started right up here, and it's gone pretty far for only 2 loads. It's actually starting to look like a little bit of a road. So eventually all this will be packed into like this level, as you see, once we drive on it a lot. And this isn't the final coat. Once we get the power in and the house built and all that, I'll probably get another couple loads spread out as just kind of a top coat where it looks even better. But yeah, it looks great. I'm pleased so far. So he's back with the 3rd load. I told him to thicken up this little spot down here where it's a little thin heading down this creek. So he's going to do a fast drive down it and thicken it up a little bit. That's what he's doing now. And then he's going to tell the other driver to make it thicker. If this is almost too thick, I'll have to spread this out more, but I'd rather have it thicker than too thin, you know. So yeah, that looks a lot better. Just this little spot here I'll have to knock down, but the rest of it looks dang good. Stuff's turning out really good. Okay, so now we got 4 loads in. Just kind of spread it a little bit. We got 2 more coming. Hopefully that'll do it. The dirt clod you see is from where I was just driving the Bobcat over it. The tracks brought a lot of dirt on here, on mud, where I was trying to smooth this back up. But anyway, man, this lens is awful today. Shaping up pretty good. It's actually looking like a road. So eventually, after we get all the loads in and everything's smoothed out, I'll have to pack it in real good. So that's the next project. But anyway, yeah, it's shaping up nice. As I said, we'll probably get another couple loads today, maybe more, I don't know, just depending on how far we get. Got a little bit of touching up here or there. It's real thick in spots and thin in others, but that's just part of it. They can only spread it so far, and then I'll have to smooth it up with the Bobcat. All right, so wound up with 7 loads today. I'm gonna walk you down the driveway. For now, this is the finished product. Once the house is built and all that, we'll probably add several more loads. But as of now, this will do. We had to leave all this open for the power people because they didn't want the driveway all the way over there. So eventually, I'd like to carry it all the way to the tree line. 1, I think it'd look better, and 2, it would give us easier access to be able to, you know, pass one another on the driveway, or with this stuff we'll pack down good, but we're gonna have to mix up where we're driving until it gets packed in. Once it gets really hot, it'll set up and get kind of hard because it is just ground up asphalt straight off of a road somewhere. So anyway, that's why it's not real perfectly cut on the sides here. We're just trying to maintain them enough space to be able to run the power. Had to add this little kick out here. Probably got a couple of these smaller trees, and that one pine right here I'll probably take out, maybe even this one, because we don't want to lose this big giant pine. It's pretty and healthy, and it's really big, so we're gonna have to drive out more this way to get around the tree, where once they run the power beside of it, we can maintain that 10 feet. But anyway, I'll just walk you down the driveway and you kind of see what all happened today. So most of this is already good and packed in from the trucks repeatedly driving over it, packing it in, and then we'll have to pack the rest of it just by driving on it, and you know, maybe drive the dump truck, load a dump truck up and down it a bunch of times, and just get it to pack in hard. But it should be better than like crush and run once it's all done. You can tell where part of it's already dried out. Today's been really weird. It's looks like it's gonna rain, and then it gets sunny, and then it looks like it's gonna rain and gets pretty again. So it never did really rain, but eventually we'll have to clean all this up. That's where the shop road is going to go, and then we'll have to get millings to go down through there. Probably another 3 or 4 loads. That's where the service truck will wind up. So anyway, why the screen keeps getting blurry. Nothing too fast. So the power should end somewhere out through here, somewhere. So we were able to make this a little wider to give the workers that are working on the house somewhere to park. So all this is wider, and this is where our last load went, just to kind of give people some area to park, because around about where her truck is probably going to be part of the house. So we didn't really know how far to bring it out totally, and all this is still pretty muddy. So this is the end of the day as far as we've managed to get with 7 loads. So stuff's really expensive. It's cheaper than gravel, and honestly, after getting the loads that we did today, as clean as it was, I prefer this over gravel. It's a whole lot easier to deal with, and then it'll pack in and get good and hard, where gravel really takes a lot longer for it's more of a smoother ride. But anyway, that's it.